welcome to RPGeeks, where we do Dungeons and Dragons and science set in the sci-fi sci-fi world.
All right, guys, do it again. We've got a new host on the DnD podcast.
Do it again. I'm just going to keep going. Hi, podcast
There's no
YouTube.
time. Keep going.
I'm doing the intro today.
Our producer is looking at us through the window, and it's like, keep going.
Our producer in our minds. For fuck's sake. Right. The set in the sci-fi world of Braxigantu. Shit.
Yeah, see?
It's hard.
A lot to think about, isn't there, Emily?
Keep going.
We are four science communicators who love to play D&D and talk about the sci-fi concepts that come up in game. You don't say what's on this written thing normally, Charmony.
If this is your first podcast, if this is your first live stream that you tuned into, welcome. This is part of the course.
This is normal.
This is the normal amount of
Normally,
chaos.
Charmony does the intro, but she's not feeling well. So instead, I did it. It's me, Emily Bates. I use she, her pronouns. And today, I played the Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realm game, the little D&D game. It's really bad, but I played it for an hour. I don't recommend it unless they want to sponsor us, in which case I do. However,
I was going to say they do sponsor a lot of streams.
Smile. It's fun. It's great. You don't do anything. You just kind of let the game do its own thing and then occasionally level up a character. What a great time. I played it for an hour still, even though I wasn't particularly having the best time. Carrying on, Simon.
Hello, my name's Simon. I use he, him pronouns. And I had bought a game yesterday to play with Ali Jennings, who we will meet in just a moment, called Dark Tide. But I haven't played it yet because I've had an absolutely crazy week and several very busy couple of days. In fact, I spent... So my wife, I think I mentioned this on stream last week. My wife bought me.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Wait, you have a wife? You, Simon Clark, have a wife? Never. It's not like it's a key part of your personality or anything.
Fuck me, am I right? She bought me a night in a shepherd's hut on my own, so that I would be unplugged from the internet and not be able to do any work for a whole day.
On your own?
She just buy herself a night off.
It is weird. Why isn't she going with you?
Because she wanted me to relax.
Wow. Okay.
She wanted me to just be on my own and read and listen to podcasts.
All right. Just want to.
Everything's great. What I was going to say was, because it was such a lovely, it's the kind of present I never would have bought for myself, but someone else bought for me. I finished about 8 hours of TV and I watched all of the last bit of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So that's my consumption, and that's been very, very good recently. But anyway, the person that I will be playing Dark Tide with is also on this call, and that's Ali Jennings.
I am. Here I am. What's our fun fact? What are we doing? Is it stuff about
I did the thing you did today.
I wife now.
Look at me.
All wives.
I am the wife now.
Look at me.
Yeah, I just can't. Ali Jennings, he, him. I know, it's the crushing in the
void.
Shamini, you wife now.
Oh, I just read your chocolate. I thought you were going to say more. I should have known better. Greetings, fellow humans. I'm Shamini Bandal. I use she, her pronouns. I make science videos.
You did?
And someone foolishly introduced me to a game called Cookie Clicker.
Was it me? I've played that.
No, it was Mills. I think yours. You click, and there are more cookies.
I know the
game. And then you're like, oh... But at first, people don't like the cookies, and things change. And now,
yeah,
I'm producing
just
7 million cookies per second.
Play D&D today and just play Cookie Clicker.
Yeah,
I think.
I love the way that you introduced that, Shamini, so much. It was such strong, kind of, in the best way possible. It was such strong Facebook mum energy.
it was grandma energy.
If you get enough cookies, you get a minion.
Do you?
No, that was a Facebook mum joke.
Well,
it's a bad one, but it was.
Don't get it.
Exercise. I thought you said more fries. Oh god, it's just the worst. That's the lowest of the lower Facebook humor.
Exercise? You mean X-ray
Extra
vision?
fries. Oh, she's good.
You nearly ruined it, Simon. Go. Do the D&D brief.
Yes. Hello. My name is Simon. I come in peace. And I am here talking about X-ray vision because Yes, I get Peace's permission first. Last session, my character Uriel, you'll meet later. You'll love him. Got an item which allowed them to look through things in an X-ray fashion once a day, I believe it is. Except, so I think you could do it more than once, but you have to take like damage, and there's a penalty to doing so. Anyway, character can see through stuff, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time. We're going to do less of a D&D brief this week because we've got more D&D to get through this week, talking about the science of how that works. So let me open that question to the floor.
Oh.
If you want to look through something, how do you accomplish that?
You look round it.
Cut it open.
Peel a layer off.
Like squeeze my hands in, rip it apart.
You make it really bright.
Blow a
We
hole
found
through
the engineer,
middle.
the biologist, and the physicist now.
Which one was I?
You advocated slicing through it, didn't you?
No, peeling it.
Oh, that's also a biology.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
Dates and I both
absolutely
went
a
quite
biology.
We went
with that.
biology, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Soz.
Dissolve it in chemicals. Can I be the chemist?
No, none of us are chemists. We don't do
This is
chemistry
incidentally
here.
why you never
chemistry.
let physicists do biology, because they will try to work out what's inside like a frog by just firing two frogs at nearly the speed of light at each other.
Hey.
Just seeing what happens from the explosion.
But it's not quite
quite
that, is
good.
it?
That's quite
It's a line of frogs, isn't it? That just get fired constantly. And then the two lines of frogs are brought very
frogs.
slowly. And then
I like
Four frogs
frogs.
in a circular.
Probably learn an amount from frog fragments.
we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer.
Aaron in chat has just said the Large Hopper Collider, and I quite like that. Well done.
Oh, that's good. So, if you want to look through something, yes, you can go around it. You can look at it from different angles, or you can slice through it. But it comes down to, when we say look at something, it's how light interacts with things, right? So light can pass straight through something if it's transparent. It can be absorbed by it, or it can be reflected or scattered by it. And there are sort of different ways that you can use those different properties to look through or into objects. So X-ray vision, the discovery of X-rays came from these things which would pass through most matter. It was Röntgen who discovered X-rays and found that if you put a source of them on one side of an object and then a photographic plate on the other side, some things would absorb the X-rays, like bone, whereas other things would not. So I think it's his wife's hand is the famous picture of you can see like a hand
That's
on
cool.
a plate, and then you can see like a wedding ring and the bones underneath.
Cool. What's a
His
natural...
wife. She's the wife now.
This was
Yeah.
why. What's a natural X-ray source? How did they discover X-rays?
Oh, that's a very
Marie
good
Curie?
question.
Come on.
Yeah, it wasn't
I don't
Curie.
think it was. She's
That's
radiation.
radiation.
Which
Yeah.
is an
Well, it was-
X-ray.
It is a kind of radiation, is it?
But isn't it a
Yeah.
different
No, it's not.
radiation?
It's not.
No.
So
it's
it's electromagnetic radiation, which is the same thing that gamma radiation is, but gamma radiation has a shorter wavelength, higher frequency.
Right.
They must have just built something to make higher and higher frequency.
I genuinely
Light,
don't
right?
know. I think you can use particle accelerators, like a cyclotron, to generate.
What is a cyclotron? I've always wondered.
It's a circular particle accelerator. You have like a strong magnetic field that you use to bend the path of a charged particle.
So is that the same as the CERN, the Hadron Collider, or is that an?
Yeah, that's an example of a cyclotron. Right, so there are naturally occurring not nuclides that give off X-rays.
What's a nuclide?
A nuclide, I believe, is just a isotope. Like it's a version of an atom that is naturally radioactive.
Holy shit! So there's just there's some random shit out there just giving off X-ray radiation.
Apparently so, which is presumably how it was initially discovered, because the cyclotron wasn't invented until the
Can I
1920s.
ask another might be stupid question? How
Sure.
do you make an X-ray?
Well, that's what we were talking about, like the
Yeah,
giving off
but that's
of these things.
what I'm saying.
So you can do, you can
How
do it
does
with a
it, like-
synchrotron. I have to admit, I didn't anticipate talking about this as much, so I didn't do very much research into this.
When we were talking about X-ray radiation, you didn't think you'd have to talk about X-ray?
Well, no, because I wasn't actually anticipating us talking about X-rays, because X-rays are a very binary way of looking through things. It either gets absorbed or it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't actually tell you very much. And the other thing is, we actually talked about it before we got on camera.
Are you telling me that it's like a steep sort of step curve? Like some things absorb everything and other things absorb nothing, and there's nothing which absorbs a bit of it.
Well, not quite so, because if you look at the X-rays of people, for example, you can see the outline of soft tissue. There's like a certain amount of absorbency that happens, and the more soft tissue there is, the more the signal gets attenuated. But the real difference that you're looking at is stuff that is bone and isn't bone. Right. But the problem is you need to have a source, you have your object, and then you have like a plate, you have a detector on the other side, which obviously for what we're talking about isn't terribly useful, because Uriel can't go up to a thing. I'm going to look through this wall, wait here, put a X-ray cyclotron source, and then go round the back of the wall, put a little plate, and then come back. Or go behind a little curtain, which all doctors do, and then just like ka-chink, and then
and be like, I've seen it now.
I see what you're saying.
That I wasn't anticipating such a thing. What I wanted to talk about was a technology
something totally different.
So it's now for something completely
different.
We
love the DnDebrief. We all go, this is the actual science you would need. It doesn't work. So
well, no, not in this case. Actually, this is one of these rare cases where actually it kind of checks out. So there's a technique called spatially offset Raman spectroscopy.
Raman.
So spectroscopy is when you basically look how different wavelengths of light interact with a substance, and depending on what wavelengths get absorbed or scattered, it can tell you something about what that thing is.
Hold up. Yeah, literally. So when I look at a leaf and I'm like, that looks like a leaf to me because it's green and therefore it's probably got chlorophyll, I'm doing a bit of spectroscopy with the old peepers.
Yeah, that's analog spectroscopy. It's just biological.
We're all doing spectroscopy right now.
I can't stop doing it. I'm perceiving colours.
But what if you don't take any information from it? It's just a whole mess of colour.
So what you do in Raman spectroscopy specifically is you fire a laser at something, and what you're doing is causing excitations of the so energy is like bound up in molecules in a couple of different ways. You've got the electrons above individual atoms, and you can excite them into higher orbits or not. But you can also excite things like rotational frequencies of, certain atmospheric molecules will have can rotate with different amounts in a quantized way. Because it's not just energy it's not just like electronic energy that's quantized, it's also angular momentum. So you could spin a certain amount or twice as much or 3 times as much, whatever it is. But
so
that's not
oxygen molecules sat in the air, spinning slowly, and then I fire something at them, and then they start spinning faster, and that's a kind of energy I've given them.
And then they can also transition from one state to the other and give off photons. But these are normally
slow down and then give off a photon because they're rotation slowed.
But it's not like an analog rotation. It's like I'm going twice as fast, and then bam, I'm going at regular speed kind of thing, and that will give off a photon.
So it happens. So their velocity change is instant. Oh, because they lose the energy instantly, so they have to lose the velocity.
But it's a quantized phenomenon, exactly the same as the electronic transitions. But what Raman does is you're looking at the vibrational mode. So instead of how molecules are doing that, it's how they're podcast listeners, instead of having they're tumbling over one another, it's how they're boinga off of each other. Emily Bates, stop it.
It's funny.
And your laser excites that, and then it will give off that energy in back at you, and it will spit that light back at you. And depending on there are more complicated factors, like it can get redshifted and things like that. But basically, you shine a given spectrum at a molecule, and then when you look at the wavelengths of light that come back to you, you can work out what kind of bonds are in that molecule, and so you can work out what kind of molecule it is. So you can have a library that you build up of fire a laser at this sample, we know it's made of this thing, and that gives us this return back. And you can do this and build up a huge library of substances, and that's how you normally use Raman spectroscopy. You do it to assess purity of things or to identify unknown compounds, and comparing it to an existing database.
And this is similar to the thing that make me think of is X-ray crystallography. What's her name?
52. Nicole Kidman in the play that I saw.
Rosalind Franklin.
Not Aretha Franklin. I couldn't get that name out of my head.
Fired X-rays through a material which was in fact crystallized DNA, because crystals are easier they've got an ordered structure, and therefore it's easier to kind of look at. But that's the same as what you're talking about, right? You fire things through it, and then you create a library of what the pattern looks like when it comes out.
But instead of a spatial pattern, it's a frequency response.
Oh.
So it's which frequencies of light do you get back?
There's-
isn't it different? Because like with electrocrystallography, like you're shining an X-ray through, and then it diffracts the X-ray, and it hits a plate behind it, and you look at the diffraction pattern.
Oh, it's the diffraction. Okay, so it's slightly different. Sorry, yeah, thank you. Okay.
But with this, yeah, the molecules absorb it and then release it again.
Yeah, so it's not a.
Okay.
It's a similar process, but not exactly the same. But what that's something that only happens at the surface. You have like a substance, and normally it'd be powdered or something, that you shine the laser on, it will reflect off, and then you've got a reading of whatever it is at the surface. And that's a technique that's been around for decades. I'm not entirely sure when it was first invented. But a technique that's much more modern is the spatially offset Raman spectroscopy. And this is something that I'm not going to claim I fully understand. I did do a video on this. I had a chance to meet the guy who invented it, who works at the Rutherford Appleton lab in Oxfordshire.
Clang.
Sorry, I just pick up those microphones that were dropped. And I've all been science journalists. You can't. And the way that this works basically is, as the clue's in the name, it's spatially offset. So what you do is you take one measurement of which would give you you fire a laser at the surface, and then you have your reference for the surface image. Then you move your laser over a couple of millimeters and you take another sample. And the idea is, I believe that you slightly change the light that you put into that second laser pass. The idea is that then you have two profiles. You have one response and a second response that's slightly different. The idea is that your first measurement only is at the surface, and then based on, it's either the geometry or the wavelength response, and I honestly can't remember, I'm afraid, but that second measurement is slightly different. You subtract the reference image, the first measurement of the surface, from your second image, such that you're collecting photons that scattered into the substance and then back out. So you have a reading of something that's actually below the surface. So you effectively have, in that 1 second measurement, you have two signals bound up. You have whatever's below, and you have the surface. So you take a second measurement to subtract from it to work out what the spectrum is of the stuff that's below the surface. Sense. And this is a technology that you can it's already being used in airports for assessing stuff that's in fluid bottles. So you can go a few millimeters below the surface and you can get a spectrum of whatever is in a fluid container.
So they know if you're taking vodka in toothpaste
or explosives or
you're allowed to take
like that.
Vodka, right?
If it's 100 milliliters, I think you are. Yeah, it's just it's
like how much damage can she do?
Like
depends how much
the
vodka
more
you drink.
powerful, the exciting laser you have, like the deeper you can go into whatever substance you're looking at.
I believe, but I'm not confident enough to confirm or deny that.
But then if you go too far in,
Take
it's
a lesson
going to
from
get
my
really
book,
muddy,
Simon.
right? There's not going to...
Yes.
Yeah, because you've got multiple things all on top of each other. So there is a limit to how you do this. However, conceivably, if you were, I don't think anyone's done this yet, but if you were to do one signal that's the surface, one signal that's a certain depth in, and maybe another signal that's even further in, you could do some complicated signal processing and extract the information from the very deepest level. So I think practically at the moment, it's something that works on the scale of a couple of millimeters, maybe a couple of centimeters at most below the surface. But you could conceivably imagine something that would allow you to look through not an arbitrary depth, because you're going to have attenuation of your signal through whatever it is you're shining it through, but certainly deeper than that, which to me, like, you're looking through like an opaque object to see what's inside it. Like, that is like X-ray Superman vision, which I just think is awesome.
Yeah,
it's really, really clever.
So are you saying that's what your glasses are?
Yeah, is that what your...
Yeah, Uriel basically has Cyclops glasses there.
Wait, so what does that require to be happening inside the physical glasses that you bought?
Yeah, because you need to be taking two measurements.
That's fine.
Temporarily separated?
Yeah, just slightly, right?
That's
like
fine. Just very quickly, right? Yeah, like or even less.
Yeah, I suppose so. You don't need to have two. But then the question would be collecting that light before you had like atmospheric scattering. You couldn't be very far away from an object, probably. You couldn't like be 100 meters from something and then, like zoom in with your supervision.
Not yet, you couldn't, but maybe in the future.
You can have a contact lens that acts as like a lens on that laser.
What?
So I'm just like spitballing. If you wanted to perhaps increase the range, Actually, no, it's not the getting the laser out. It's getting the information back in that would be the bigger problem.
You could have a big dish on the back of your head as well.
Yeah. Well, better do this very surreptitiously. Fires laser. It's like a Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. Just like this big frill extends behind you.
I would like that.
Spits acid.
You could wear like a big sombrero.
Perfect.
Oh, no one will suspect me, but it's huge sombrero.
They'll never know.
Who said that? This is a huge satellite dish.
Knocks out Snebrus as he turns around.
Yeah, by accident, sure.
Yeah, by accident, yeah.
You know, there's a sombrero galaxy. It might be one of my favourite galaxy names.
It looks cool as well.
It's got like a big
Rim.
core, and then there's like a very well-defined rim around the edge.
Yeah,
I was going to say, like, sombrero just means hat in Spanish.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like
The hat galaxy. That's fine.
it's not very specific.
Hat. A sombrero hat is a hat.
Yes, Cass is actually in our Twitch chat right now confirming. Can we just get
Spanish?
a Spanish consultant? What would how would a Spanish speaker refer to a sombrero?
All hats are sombreros, she says.
But not all sombreros are hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Shamini, I would not say is wearing a sombrero right now. She's wearing a hat.
No.
What kind of hat is that?
I always call it a flat cap, but it's not a flat cap. What is it? What would you call that hat, Shamini? It's too early 2000s hat is what it is.
I would put it down under cap, and I have this whole like cap
But caps are hats.
subcategory. Caps are a subcategory.
Oh,
hat.
it's a
I
top
agree.
hat.
I would say it's a
A top
hat.
hat is not a cap.
Correct. But you have hats, then yeah, a subcategory of caps.
Yeah.
We're
And
doing
then
the
fancy
phylogeny of hats.
Yes, I think we should.
We do a little family tree.
that's
We'll make some
just
stash
what
with a
we
little
should
hat family tree on
Question:
it. Like,
to be a hat, does it have to cover the entire crown of the hat? A head.
The head.
Because, like, you know, those visors you get,
visors.
I wouldn't call them a hat, but some might.
When does
It's a kipper.
When does
does
a hat stop being
become
a hat?
fascinator?
Oh,
Yeah.
a fascinator.
Yes, because you get the little tiny hats, but is it a hat or is it
Yes.
something
What if it's hat shaped but tiny? And what if it's not hat
Oh
shaped
my
at all?
god.
Like a helmet or something. Is that a hat if it's
We've
worn on the head?
got an update from Cass, by the way. So apparently a sombrero in Spanish would be a sombrero mexicano or mexicano. Whereas what Shamini is saying is wearing is apparently a boina.
A boina?
I feel like Cass is just being rude to me.
No, I don't think she is. Boina.
Yeah, what you're wearing is a puta madre.
Show me it.
No, I was going to say it's Keira Knightley in Love Actually is the aesthetic.
Oh no. I'm
It's
accidentally
the sort of-
very retro, and I never meant to be. I just
We were
never
talking about this.
developed my fashion tastes beyond my teenage years.
Also, dipping once again into Twitch chat for the apologies to people who are listening to this after the fact.
Come watch us
But
live.
James Gurney is making an interesting point about if I were to shoot a quantum entangled photon, that then if you were to somehow control where that photon went, and it would have its state altered, the photon that it was entangled with that maybe Uriel kept
Oh.
prisoner could then give you information about the one that you've changed the
Oh,
path
that's
of.
cool. Oh no, not quantum. My brain.
When would it change its
Yeah.
state?
As in, it would change its
You'd have
state
to
when it was
see.
absorbed
When
by
it found the
something.
new thing.
But how do you
would
get it there?
change.
But where are you putting it?
But
Just
surely
onto the
with
You'd have to
surface
fire
or
it
into
somehow.
something?
Why would it
through
need to be?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
Entangled.
somehow make it so that you fired a photon out, and then maybe you trapped its partner photon in like a fully mirrored box, so it's always just bouncing around, not interacting with anything.
That's actually the X-ray of Uriel's head. If you look in, it's just a single particle
Yeah.
bouncing around.
Shade.
We now go live to
Hello,
Uriel's head.
Simpson. Yeah.
That's a very very cool concept.
Wouldn't
I
the
like
proton that you fired, wouldn't it just hit like the first surface and then change? So it'd be
Yes,
just
you'd
the
have
same
to
as, having
guide it around. It has to be
photon
like a-
bounce off.
Yeah, so
it has
you
to be
can
like a
go
guided
inside.
missile.
A remote-controlled photon.
Like one of those COD kill streaks that you
Remoton?
get, where you have to remotely guide this thing.
It sounds like a lot of work to see through a little bit of wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
just look
Uriel's
round.
solution
We'll
here would just be to
open.
knock the wall down, which
Yeah,
is
yeah. That was our first thought, wasn't it? How do we look round?
Beat the wall down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I think that's.
wall to
I think.
death.
Anything else, Si, you want to add?
No, I mean I just thought it was a very interesting technique that is actually very possible, and on a limited scale, you can actually look through things with something that I think you can reasonably call X-ray vision. So
It's just not X-rays.
This one,
it's a different.
it's
kind.
not actually X-rays.
Also, just on it, if it was X-rays and you were firing, say somehow you had like a sheet of metal somewhere in a place that you knew was going to be there, right? So you could do the actual X-ray. If you fired that many X-rays at people, the amount you'd need, it would just be like insta cancer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're going to need a litigation department.
Yeah,
for
pretty quick.
You're effectively like Cyclops from X-Men, just blasting
like the Daleks
from your visor.
They'd go like the Daleks do when they exterminate.
People should sue the Daleks
They should sue the Daleks
because, like, if they weren't dead, they would have some more serious.
People
health
do
problems.
tend to die though when they get
Daleks in a
exterminated.
courtroom, just like motion to approach the bench, floats up.
I was like, they can fly now, so it's all terrifying.
For a mistrial. the like stalk on the top is like rotating around. He's also
there any
the
other
Dalek
kind
lawyer
of-
has got like those scrolls, you know, like the wig that they have
Oh
on top
my
of their
god!
head.
Yes.
I'm now imagining the Dalek
it-
House of Lords with the like order.
The lights are flashing. He's going through his notes with a little egg whisk thing at front, like trying to flip through this document.
That's the gun.
Well, he's got the egg whisk and he's got the
plunger.
what's it called, plunger.
Yeah.
So there's a plunger. He goes onto one page of it, and then that's like he holds it with that, and then with the egg whisk, he moves the other pages.
Like Ali's here with an actual
I've
science
got
question.
a question.
Oh, okay.
A science
An
question.
actual
I'm
Is
sorry.
it Doctor Who
Yeah, no,
related?
that's fine.
Because
No, it's not.
we're talking about Daleks now, Ali.
No, it is. Is it in the nature of radiation which passes through stuff that it is inherently carcinogenic, or could you have a kind of X-ray which didn't do you any damage?
Well, in order for you to obtain information about a substance, your radiation has to interact with it in some way.
Passing through and interacts. If it was, what those things? Neutrons? No. Those things that
Neutrinos.
Neutrinos. If it was neutrinos, we'd be fine because they don't interact.
But we can't.
then you don't
detect
get any
them properly,
information
so,
from it.
Yeah.
That's true. They do go through us, though, technically.
Yeah. True. Maybe in the future, neutrino detect. Well, not.
Well, we have said this before in terms of how like we were communicating through very thick rock. Remember?
Didn't we? That was the neutrinos. We had a plan.
Back in the
A
day.
neutrino-based communication device was the most inefficient thing that we ever invented.
The longer this goes on, the more it sounds like Doctor Who. I have realised, like we are veering into technobabble, but it's technobabble that is somewhat grounded in reality.
Yeah. There is a whole like Science of
That
Doctor Who
sounds-
exhibition at the moment in Liverpool.
Oh, the science museum.
Liverpool.
Okay, cool. I did see, by the way,
go to that.
it's in science sort of exhibition news that there's the new thing coming to the Natural History Museum in London. That's the largest sauropod that's been found.
Ooh.
It's it's not Argentinosaurus. It's the other one.
Argentinosaurus.
That's the other.
That was a
that
bad
question
name
is-
day, wasn't it? That was. Should we just? We found it in Argentina, so.
Well, because the previous one was Seismosaurus, was the longest that I think is still
That's a
found.
good name.
They're all
Compensating.
they're all titanosaurs. Is the name for the whole
That's a
thing.
group.
It is a Patagotitan majorum,
Yeah, good name.
which is great.
Is it from
That's a good
Patagonia?
Yeah, for some reason, sauropods in South America got way bigger than elsewhere. Like, I don't think we particularly know why. I'd love to know more about this, to be fair. If anyone knows more, please do send me a tweet while Twitter still exists.
Dinos.
I'm trying to find more information about this because it's huge. This thing is like absolutely jaw-droppingly
It just
enormous.
happened, didn't it?
I don't think it's happened yet. I don't think it's arriving just. I don't think it's like you can go in until the new year. It's estimated the weight could be up to 63 tons. Oh no, 57 tons. Beg your pardon. But to give you a sense of scale, like the femur of this thing is the size of a person. Like absolutely bloody enormous.
I am a femur.
That's real big. That's
Um,
real big.
But,
All right.
yeah. This is me getting
That was great.
my paleontology nerd on.
Yeah.
Yay!
Shamley loves that.
Acceptable.
But we're going to take a short break and we'll be back in a little bit for the actual campaign thing, the D&D bit of the Dungeons and Dragons and Science. See you in a minute.
We get to do the whole "this party's over" line soon.
I don't think we're going to do. Do we want to do that?
I get the impression that this party's not going to be a party for much longer.
I think it's going to be
mean,
nice conversation.
Simon,
Nice conversations.
I meant that in the sense of the social gathering and our group. Like,
No. Why do you think that?
have you met Ali Jennings before?
Fates did a really good job of leading us into the break there, Simon, and you just couldn't resist saying,
I'm going to cut all of it out for the podcast.
No,
we're still live. We're
the
still
people
live.
demand to hear me.
We'll be right back very, very shortly. Simon, you can rant to your computer while we all go to the loo. Bye. Hello, welcome back. We're here now for... I don't know what I meant to be saying.
We're here now.
We're here now.
Here we are.
Shut the fuck in, everyone.
We've done the science bit. We're going to do the D&D bit now. Hey, and when we do the D&D bit, we have characters. And let me begin by telling you about mine. Her name is Infinite Sky 6000. She's wonderful. She's perfect. She's beautiful. These stats aren't up to date. Sorry for people watching. But... I haven't transitioned to that thing, so actually you can't see it. So it doesn't matter. Because I'm in the weird studio mode thing on OBS. Sorry, things I don't need to say. She's great. She's a terraforming druid droid, and she's at a party as a wolf and having a lovely time. Shamini.
Hi, I am playing Tenebris today and other days. Tenebris is a drow aberrant mind sorcerer. I'm super. Go back and watch the DnDebriefs where I explain my whole like drow concept because I'm super into all that.
It's great.
I like the sort of like evolution-y things, and hopefully the aberrant mind features will come in useful today because I plan on doing some mind reading.
Ooh. Mind reading.
You have to throw to Simon.
I do, Simon. Sorry.
Thanks for that catch there, Shamini. My name's Simon, and I play Uriel. Uriel uses he, they pronouns and is a dwarf monk in D&D terms, but is a cybernetically enhanced human who is at a party, not the natural habitat. Oh, no one's talked about what they're wearing, by the way, at the party.
I said I was a wolf. I said I was a wolf.
Oh, okay, yes, sorry.
I'm a fairy.
Yeah. Tenebris is a fairy. Uriel is wearing an actual wolf over the top of
just an actual
Uriel in wolf's clothing.
It's not a joke, that is.
Yeah, it's just a literal wolf. And I lost some body parts last time. I've got a new eye and a new little finger. And
I lost a finger too. Ali had a lot of finger happy merchants who wanted to take our fingers in return.
Wanted to buy them.
I thought I was just getting a ring, and then you took my finger.
We're not sure that everything's all right at home with the Fate Weaver himself, Ali Jennings.
Wait. Oh, me. Well, yeah. But surely Emily Bates has gone already. Did I just blank that from my mind?
Because she's like the main.
She went first.
Because she was introducing
because I did it first. So thanks for forgetting about me. It's fine. Don't
what you can tell is the professionalism transcends the host. We're all of one mind here.
We are. It's lovely.
Guys, I mean, just pals, full disclosure, like it's all getting a bit stressful. Like everything is coming, like things are happening off camera, there's a lot happening. And
what do you mean?
I can't.
Giant birds and tsunamis that we've not paid attention to.
Oh, I thought you meant in his like private life. I was just like, is Ali's house falling down?
Like literally just there. Like there's a lot happening there.
There's a lot happening off camera.
Don't worry about it.
These guys with baklavas with guns are just like, keep doing the D&D. No one gets hurt.
All you have to do is get through one D&D session.
God, this got very dark very quickly.
But yeah, so there's just a lot, and I'm just so excited. I just want it to be. So I am the Fate Weaver. So, where were we? Well, we were in the ballroom the great pleasure vessel, the Antares. So our party were on the trail of those responsible, they believe, for killing Uriel's god. And what they had found in their investigations is the clues led them through the slabs to a mysterious person named Jai Rajaram Rojas. Not so mysterious to one of our party.
Oh, that's mysterious. He's just like this.
No,
this
not
person,
really mysterious.
You know? Like
mysterious to them. Very mysterious, except for one of them. They had come to this great party, the Masked Ball, known far and wide across Gunka and Braxigantu, where everyone who's anyone on Braxigantu and the surrounding systems comes to disport themselves and perhaps catch a glimpse of the Crimson Crown, great aurora that flies above the surface of Braxigantu at certain times and in certain configurations of the suns. So, our party, in the midst of this ballroom, dancing happening below them as they stand on the viewing balcony, have laid a trap for Jai Rajaram Rojas, and it seems tempted them to come meet with them. So, as you watch, looking out over the balcony below you, the gyrating, tumbling forms of all of the others dancing and moving beneath you to this celestial cello music, and up one of the great curved staircases along this glass-walled side to this ship, you see a slight figure moving towards you, a dryad. Long tumbling leaves form their hair. They have bark-like skin. They move with a dainty grace, but also you see an expression of careful, studied unconcern that maybe belies something deeper. Tenebris, you are waiting for them at your...
I wasn't actually up there yet. I
you
was.
I thought you...
Yeah, I think you were,
Oh, well-
because we were up on the balcony looking down when we found them. I thought you were.
Okay. Well, I just sort of looked and said, "Meet me over there at a random spot."
Okay.
So I'd say I'm nearby. It was somewhere near me, but I'm heading. I wanted to wait and see first. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it is irrelevant because I am going to use a sorcery point to subtly cast Detect Thoughts on the Dryad as I'm moving towards them. Please.
Wow.
Just surface level.
You cast Detect.
Straight in there.
Okay. So, the first thing you get is a sense of concern. You get flitting thoughts. What is this? Who could possibly be talking to me? The first thing you notice is that the voice that you're hearing is not the same as the voice that Infinity described to you. What could possibly be going on with... If Daedalus Graying is not delivered, but how can I know? Who is this person? I've never even heard them before. This, in here, aboard the Antares? No, they can't reach me here. No, nothing, no. I'm doing, we must call. Yes, but they'll know. No, not to worry, just reach the painting. All will be calm. And they move upwards towards the painting. These are the thoughts do you get?
I would like to, so I'm meeting them there. I'm being very clear about who I am. I'm looking at them and I'm trying to imbue myself with the confidence of the Lady Vivagi. I'm like, they don't know who I am. I could be super important. I could be the boss of everyone here. And I'm just trying to channel that.
Excellent. So, you make your way to the painting, holding yourself aloof. Now, as you stand in front of it and this dryad walks towards you, scanning the crowd, roll me a performance check to see how well you can hold yourself in this place.
Let's go Tenebris. Let's go Charisma. Do. That's what me and Uriel
17.
do.
Up on the little balcony, us two just being like, yeah.
As wolves.
Yeah.
With a 17, you stand tall. You elongate yourself, as you remember the mistress doing in these situations. You look The Dryad comes closer. They stand in front of this picture of this fawn, holding a blue phone. It's a beautiful surrealist masterpiece. It's been carried across the various systems. The people mill around you.
I would like to join them in...
Before you do anything, is there anything that Uriel and Infinity would you wish to do anything in this moment?
As I understand it, we were looking. Were we heading down to this rendezvous, or were we staying up there?
I think we weren't planning on being at the rendezvous.
The rendezvous is on the viewing
We're on the
balcony.
same level, I was going to say. We're
all on the same upper level.
Yeah.
So I guess we'd just be sort of there trying to look nondescript and look like wolves. Yeah. And
roll stealth checks, both of you, please.
Social stealth. This is the one kind that I'm good at.
You know what was stupid of me? Doing a wild shape, because it means I can't use any of my spells. Oh, it's not great. I've got a lot of stuff. Okay, 15.
That's 11.
Wait, sorry. I just realised I'm a wolf. I get wolf stats for stealth, not mine. Hang on, hold.
Hoddle.
Dire wolf.
Diamond hands, people.
Hold, caller.
Hold. I think it might be the same, you know. Oh, it's not. It's less. Damn. 14.
14. All right. And an 11. Was it 11 from you, Uriel?
Yep.
Excellent. You both stand watching. Tenebris, this Dryad stands near you. What would you like to do?
I would like to, while still focused on the surface level of their thoughts, I would like to look congenially at the painting of a fawn and say quietly to them, standing near me, do you have any idea who it is you are really working for? But in a wolf's voice. A fairy wolf, an anthropomorphized.
Oh, yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Any idea?
Fairy wolf. It sounds like me for some reason. And I want, what are their thoughts when I say that?
Sausages.
Like, you know when those huskies talk on
so-
TikToks and they're like, I love you. It's so cute. Anyway, sorry. He stopped the music now.
You're
But if you're going to be silly, I'm going to pack up and go home.
This figure at the moment.
Sorry, what was that, Ali?
Oh no, sorry. I think no. That was just a moment of there. Are we all back now?
I think your internet might have had a little
We
time.
lost
Ali.
you briefly.
Okay, good. Excellent. Oh, my internet. Never mind.
Great. It was really crime when you gave us those
you
extra
stand.
levels, though.
Thank you.
That's just the kind of guy I am. So you stand in front of this painting, and you stand next to Rajaram. You believe.
Yeah.
You say, "Who do you think you're really working for?" And the first sensation you get as the thoughts flutter across their mind is, "What? Is that for me? And for me? But how would they know? But my father, he's so always somewhere in the background. How would I even know? How could he could be here. No, it can't be that. But could it be the other? I don't. Should we just end it now? We should finish this, but perhaps not. I cannot. Must know more." They face the painting. And who would be asking?
Here in the ball, we do not give away our identities so easily, no?
Touché. Why, may I ask, the sudden interest in my comings and goings?
My interest is in the craftsperson and their products, and making sure that they are able to complete their project. I am sure there are those you know who are also interested in this. Again, trying to figure out, like, who might that be in your thoughts?
So now you are roll.
I lied about the previous bit, did I?
You have lied. Are you trying to intimidate? How are you trying to press them for this information?
Oh
makes you
yes, I
think
was
that?
trying to intimidate from straight up. Basically, I'm trying to imply that I'm kind of part of it all and that they're in trouble. So yes, both. Yeah.
Okay, roll me an intimidation check.
Ooh, 24.
God damn.
Yeah.
She an intimidating
The
little
thoughts.
thing.
Modifier.
The thoughts now begin to flutter, and you do see. So, with this level of the spell, at this surface level, what you
Yeah.
get are flashes of words, essentially, right? Sort of momentary thoughts, but you don't go any. You can't go deeper currently.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you get is, how much do they know? What is this? But no, there can be no way that they've actually. That this only I. Perhaps best to end it. Yes, yes. Danger, danger. We must. I should end this now.
Oh shit.
Is there anything you want to do now?
I'm trying the same thing. I'm just trying to prompt thoughts. I'm just a bit desperately. I'm going to say, have you seen?
Oh, pals. Sorry, it's happening again. I'm just going to switch
Yeah.
my internet. Hold on.
Sounds like a plan.
We're going to the other internet.
The other internet. And while the music has gone, Simon will sing it.
Sing the internet. I was
No,
singing
the
a song,
song,
by
the cello thing that was playing.
Okay,
cello
but
or
before
violins?
before it was the cello piece, which was the courant from Suite Number 1.
Oh, it's too late. You missed your chance. No, stop now.
I did it. I was great. Simon's
Ali's back. He looks better. He's moving.
Oh, I'm back. I feel good about this. Right. Yes. So, even with that very high intimidation check, you can see that they understand that something is very wrong, and they are
Yeah.
certainly thinking things that maybe you could have access to were you to be deeper in their mind. But at this moment, you can't break through. You don't get much from it.
Yeah. Can I also ask just things that Tenebris would know? Well, actually, she might not. Previously, when I've done this, I have been able to probe deeper without the, like in the past, I was able to probe into people's minds without them ever knowing. Do I know what would happen sort of societally, legally, if I were to probe deeper and they were to know that that's what I've done? In terms of repercussions,
Well,
like...
Yeah, so in your work with the lady, you have she's been very careful to keep your powers hidden.
Yeah.
But you would have picked up on the idea that breaking into another person's mind is done, and it's on the edge of legality. If you're powerful and you do it to someone else, you might get away with it. But powerful people do not like it being done to them.
No. I did roll high on intimidation. The question is whether they would want to risk it, not knowing who I am. That's my question. That's what I'm thinking about. My question to myself is, shall I risk it? But I'm really losing them at this point. I'm getting nothing. Because I could try and intimidate them into staying, but if the previous intimidation roll didn't work, then I don't know if anything else would. Is that fair to say, Ali?
So your intimidation before is about eliciting thoughts of what you've been talking about, right? That's what. And
oh, okay.
Is that correct? Basically, trying to get them to think about what you are asking them about.
Yeah, sure. I would like to also intimidate. The intimidation was deception. I would like them to think, but this might have already gone, that I am someone who is important and they just don't know why, and that they need to be very careful about pissing me off. That's the kind of vibe I want. But
I don't think that's telling a lie. I think that's just describing Tenebris, isn't it?
Okay, all right. Oh, so with that, bearing that in mind, you do sense a moment where within that fear that you have absolutely aroused in them, they do get a sense of doubt. They doubt themselves. Perhaps it's best to at least attempt to understand. So there is a pause, they say. If you have a message for me, speak it. and speak it quickly.
Hello, nice to meet you. Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
My working hours might not be the same as your working hours, so please do take your time to respond. Imagine having a mental, if you were a psychic user, you had like a mental out of hours message. But if like someone attempted to read your thoughts whilst you're asleep, you had like a little answer phone.
You're like, the person you have dialed cannot be reached right now.
My waking hours are typically 7 till 11.
As you're thinking, Tenebris, the figure suddenly takes your arm. No, not here. Come, let's leave. Come with me. And they start moving towards the edge of the ballroom.
Are they?
Okay,
do they look like
go
they're
with them.
leaving?
Oh yeah, they're headed towards the
Oh
exit.
yeah, I'm following.
Sure, yeah, fine. Can I try and look around and see if I can see if anything in particular spooked them?
Sure, make a perception check.
My telepathic speech isn't concentration, so I could actually have been doing both the whole time, which would have been much safer. Oops. I will say to them as well, I'm pretty sure I can do both at the same time, so I will say to them telepathically, we could speak like this if you believe it to be safer. My perception was very low, like 7 or something.
They quiver next to you. You. How are you in my mind? No. This. I will not speak like this. Stay out of here. We go to a secret place. Come with me now. You hear that telepathically back. And as you're leaving, you then hear once more in your mind, who are your friends?
Just
They are.
pulls, like one foot up in the air, like.
They are security, I'm sure you have the same.
This is all telepathically, is that correct? Or have you switched back to...
Did they reply telepathically, which I believe they could have done, given that I just...
They did, but they have asked you to not. They've said stay out
Oh,
of their
right,
mind.
okay. In that case, out loud. Yeah, sure.
Yes, very well. Well, if you grant me the same courtesy. And then they take you by the arm and they lead you out of the ballroom into the great marble corridor that leads towards the lower decks. Infinity and Uriel. Are you following?
Yes.
Yep.
As you follow, you both feel presence behind one of each of you.
Yeah!
A hand on your shoulder,
I'm a big wolf.
and then you,
We're in a ball.
I'm 4 feet.
then
though.
you two
Don't fight anyone.
Would we do
are
such
both being chaperoned by 2 other figures. Both of them are woodland spirits. One is
Okay.
a sapling, very tall, long, and stringy,
love it.
and the
We're
other
all
one is basically like a rock covered in moss.
Lovely. Oh, I love
so
it.
much.
We're
So he's a bit of a
green.
fixer-upper. Something, 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 something. Little bit of love.
Uriel, you hear in your ear, "Stay calm, don't move,
Aren't they moving?
and now move." And then they push.
Okay.
Oh, good.
As you leave, you hear that the music is still being piped out, and there are people still around, still spread out through this spaceship. As you move along these beautifully carpeted floors with these golden decorations everywhere and this marble frontage, you move through what seems to be a massive dining room, tables set out everywhere, a lectern a bit further towards one side, and still on the edge 2 huge glass windows, one on either side, overlooking the side of Braxigentu, as overlooking Gunker. As you walk, can you all roll a perception check for me, please?
Emperor Palpatine. Perception is our specialty. Fuck's sake.
Ah, fuckity fuck. Good rolls all round then. 11.
It would appear that the floor around here is made of floor. It is. I got a 6.
It's the night, right?
It is. No, well, it's the evening, but it's not bright sunlight.
Not bright sunlight. 14.
Okay. You look out, you see the ship is rising and rising, and we're starting to leave behind the lower levels of Gunka, making your way up through the straits and the rapids of the swift air column that passes over the top of Gunka before you start to leave the stratosphere itself. You move on, walking through the corridors and the bowels of this ship, and as you do, the music gets further and further and further away. And now people are starting to drift off. You walk down one level, and you are in tighter corridors, still very thickly, plushly carpeted. But now it is just the three of you walking in silence. Unless any of you would like to say anything.
The 6 of us.
Oh, sorry, yes, the three of you with your 3
with our cards.
attendants.
I'm a wolf, so I cannot.
Do you choose to say anything at this time?
No.
No.
You continue on. The lights around here are much darker. It's a velvety softness. There's a scent in the air. And roll a nature check, anyone who wants to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave you do that.
No, fuck. Not rolling well today, everyone. It's 11 again.
It's 11. You pick up on the scent and you realise that it is.
Wait, no, is it a
complex-
scent? Oh,
It
no,
is
wait,
a
it's not
scent.
perception. No, it's fine. No, it's still that. No, it's fine. Doesn't make a difference.
It is a complex mixture of different scents and fragrances. You sense there is something deeper within there, but you don't know what it is. You push through in, and you're all starting to feel a little like you were feeling when you started to drink that very heady liqueur which you had once, way back when.
Drugs.
Just slight moments of it. And you push deeper and deeper, and you can see coming on either side of you, every now and then, a door, beautifully ornate, inlaid with various oaks
Tom.
and
Tom.
imported woods.
Is that you, Tom? Sorry.
And at last, you reach a door, much the same as all the others. As your party approaches, the door very subtly clicks open and slides open, and you all make your way in to a great and glorious chamber. In this chamber you see beautiful, luxurious, ornate, very, very expensive inlays. Bathtubs, you see 1 or 2 different beds just from where you are. You see thick curtains that can be pulled over different parts of the chamber. You feel the feeling of the carpet beneath your feet, and you also see hanging from the ceiling, but very tastefully done, you see wires. Chip wires that you would know could be used to integrate yourself to other kinds of sensory or conscious experiences. There are other parts of the chamber. It's large. It's a really big space, which are hidden from you at this moment. And at this point, the Dryad turns back to you, Tenebris, and with a flicker, they disappear. And they're replaced by a figure with a powerful Amazonian female physique. They're bald completely, and they have liquid silver eyes. And they reach out and touch you, Tenebris, on the shoulder. Enough of this frippery. You feel the rough hands of a craftsperson. They're completely naked, and they stand at 8 feet tall.
We're all going to die.
Is this who I
Don't
know
fight them.
Jairajan to be? Is this them?
You know that Jai Rajaram
I must have.
moves between a spectrum
Of course.
of
yes, I
gender
forgot.
and of appearance to simply move with how they're feeling
Yeah, I
or
forgot
how
about
they
that.
see themselves at any one time.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot. I will say.
As you're thinking this,
Yeah.
sorry, but so behind you, Uriel, you hear there's a flicker of light, and you see that the person behind you, who was this rock covered in moss, is now short android with thick, crafted limbs, and you can see that the metal hawsers holding them all together are extremely powerful. And on their back, you see 2 short katana blades. Infinity, behind you, tall and slender elf, highborn, dressed in simple robes.
I'm going to say. I know of you, Jai Rajaram Rojas. You have lost nothing by showing me this, but I value my privacy.
You risked much telling me these things you do. Tell me now, what do you know of my business?
We seek the face. And I'm gonna. Do I still have? Is a minute past? Must have done by the time we
100%.
come
Yeah,
down
this is
here.
taking you a solid 20-30 minutes to come down here.
I'm gonna cast it again, with a subtly. Detect thoughts with a sorcery point, so that I can subtle spell it without somatic or verbal components.
100%. So the first thing you pick up is now the kind of a ripple and bubble of their thoughts has subsided somewhat. It's much calmer and smoother, and you can feel a sort of burgeoning confidence that they have. Let us see what these interlopers want from me, and then we'll see. And then at that point, sudden flickers of words like you have penetration and pain, and then knowledge. They just flicker in the mind.
What did I just say? Did I just say the thing? My brain isn't 100% working. Did I just say a thing? I think I just said a thing. What did I just say?
You asked about the face.
Yes, I did. I said we seek the face. Yes, good. I did say that. Good. I thought maybe I dreamt it. Not with it. We seek the face.
To deface what?
Which face do you seek? I have many.
Not of yours. Have you heard of the cult of fallen angels?
Why would anyone ask after an old wives' tale? In their mind you hear, no, surely not.
The cult seeks the face. And that is why we are here. We believe you have a link.
Roll a... What are you trying to do here? I mean,
I'm taking a massive risk.
Massive risk. Let's go.
I'm taking a massive risk. I'm taking 2 risks, many risks. Right. One is I'm implying that the cult and the face are not the same thing, which I don't know, or not linked. They don't know each other, which I don't know, but that is what I've implied. So if they know that that's not true, then that's a bit of a bugger. And I'm also implying that I'm trying to strongly imply without saying so, or I could just lie about it, that we are associated with the cult. and that we know that he is working for Face, which I don't even know if he
Roll me another persuasion check. Would anyone else like to do anything while this is happening? So you two are stood behind Tenebris with the other two bodyguards stood behind you.
I would like to growl when she says cult of fallen angels. Just like a an I can't talk or anything, so that's all I've got.
Yura would, I don't think Yura would do anything at this stage. Someone else is doing the talking.
Yeah.
What
24.
was your roll?
24? A mere 24?
Look, I'm just taking it. The roll doesn't help if I've just said something that's clearly wrong. I'm gonna be vague about it, but still, I gotta give it something.
You hear the drift. Again, the thoughts that drift, that are playing across your consciousness now, as well as you hear. Did I not understand? What is she getting at? No. And then you get other words. You hear desk. You hear ledger. You hear power. No, time. No, not right. Not right. Yes, you are all most interesting. Very interesting to me. Come. Will you drink? And they move over to another part of this boudoir. And they sit round a table and drinks out of the table. Just
yes.
3, and then a 4th nearer them.
What would Cybervagi do in this situation? What do you do when you're playing with power and drinks and trust?
You drink.
I think you drink too.
Yeah.
It's a power play. Yeah.
But is there a
Down it. Stare them in the eyes and down it.
Hey, I'm gonna go with my subconscious Emily and Simon.
Emily and
On
Simon
that one,
totally know what
sure.
to do in this situation. They
Sure,
drink the
right.
mysterious drinks and end up in some kind of basement.
Great. Yeah, fine, yeah, I shall sit.
As you walk over,
Yeah.
you hear a voice in your head, Tenebris. Darling, where have you all got to?
Save us.
Type!
Cyber, take everything over, send back.
Now's really not the time. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, this is gonna look. I'm gonna use another sorcery point. It's a subtle. Oh no, can I reply to her? I can reply to her. I don't have to cast sending, do I? Oh, that's fine. Okay,
No.
good. I don't have to cast sending.
But you do have to say it out loud.
Oh, do I?
Right?
Yeah, with sending I would as well, actually.
Is it message? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, okay.
Oh, I feel so powerless.
I will say.
I know, it's
Sorry,
horrible.
guys.
No,
I will
it's
say,
good. You're doing great.
It's good. We believe.
These chambers you have down here are most luxurious. I assume these drinks you offer will be of the finest quality.
So good.
Oh, it's really nice.
Applause.
But of course, you know who I am. And tell me, who might you be?
It is not who we are, but who we represent. Powerful people who also value their privacy, but who feel that you can help them and it would be worth your while to do so.
So, just so you know, I'm going to take your persuasion roll from before, and that's just going to roll on through until you do something that's noticeably different from trying to persuade them to sort of.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll take that 24. Yeah.
Sure. That's a good roll.
I will never share it. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, we heard it. We shouldn't like it, Ali.
What makes you think you could ever have the kind of relationship that I have with that which can provide this? Do you even know? Do you even know what it is? I have seen things, you little interlopers, you could barely imagine. Come, drink. Let me enlighten you as to the way this world will become. For you see, I am a wise man. I am a kind woman. I am all things to all. And yet, I am not taken as seriously as I should be. When I reveal what I have built, you all will simply bow, as it should have always been.
When I chunder everywhere.
Simon!
Oh,
I can't not now that you've built up this character to me as like a gap year rich student. I can't
Yeah,
not
they
think
are
of him
a
like
little
that.
we know that you have been greatly underestimated, but things are not going so well. You know what happened inside Martin's vein. That was not part of the plan.
The ripple of thoughts which has gone from visions of power. So essentially they've been saying, yes, and at last it will be as it should be. I will be, they will come. And suddenly is injected with a moment of fear. And you get, how do they know that? How could they possibly have been there? And they would not even tell me what happened there. How would I? Do they know of them? Have they met them? What is this face to them? Is that how they communicate? There can be only one. It must only be me. No one must access this but me. And then their voice out loud to you. How curious you speak of Martin's vein, a tragedy. Maybe you know how it came to be so. Do you?
Uriel's definitely going to bristle at this, but not say anything.
You know, Jairajaram, you are right. I should not have tried to deceive you that we know everything that is happening, that we have every contact. You have seen through this attempt. I respect that. It is true that what they say about you does not reflect the reality, the sharp mind that you have here. But I also know that I know that which you do not. I know there are answers that you need. I know there are things that I can give you. So perhaps...
Yes, there are things I wish to know. There is much that I would do. I dislike this secrecy, this petty...
You are correct,
You will
and
help
I
me.
apologize for these attempts. I see now that, if I may be so bold, we should work together. Why should we be competing when the knowledge that we both have will bring us everything that we seek?
As this happens, you all pick up on it. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before Tenebris makes this final attempt to persuade? I mean, and I will give you advantage on that check because that was very good.
Yeah. There's nothing I can do as a wolf.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
You're just going to side eye at the wolf, be like, what's going on?
Just like swish my tail in a I trust her way, but you don't know what that means. That's.
I don't trust me, so I'm glad you do. Because
What's up, Skip?
God knows what's happening.
there's,
Our party members giving our allegiance to someone else we don't know.
there's a cult trapped down the well. If they are making any kind of opposing check, I do have my cosmic omen, and I can take off a d6 from their roll, but only if they're making a saving throw or of any kind, which I don't think they are. So.
Well, not yet. So
That's fine.
you have yet to try and dive deeper at any point, correct?
Yeah. I'm currently not particularly planning to, because this ends when I do. And at the moment, they're talking to me.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything. Nothing I can do, really.
You want me to roll something then?
I do. I want you to roll that persuasion check to try and convince them that you can be their ally.
With advantage?
It would have been really good if my cosmic omen was even for the day, but it's not.
Oh, you gave me advantage. Well, that's good.
Let's go.
Needed that advantage. 21.
21?
Good.
The other one was a 2 on the die.
Yee.
Honeyed words. I have no equals. I do not work with people. And yet some are fortunate enough to work for me. Perhaps you would like to be considered?
Ah, shit.
How close am I to the drinks?
The drinks?
You are drinking one of them.
I am
So everybody's holding their own
I'm
drink.
a wolf. So
Oh yes, of course. How close would you like to be? You can be at any distance around
no.
this table.
I would like to sniff the drink and try and work out what's in it. I am proficient with herbalism kits and poisonous kits as per my character sheet. So I don't know if that means anything. But yeah.
Which you don't have because you're a wolf.
Just want to sniff it and
Yep.
maybe do a little lap of it. And try and work out what's in it.
If you're trying to work out if it's that would be a nature check.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it.
Good to do that. Oh, it's not good. 11. I've rolled 3 11s now in a row.
Tastes real good.
No, nice.
Tastes real good.
I'll keep lapping it up.
I will say, you wish to lead. I wish for knowledge. Am I getting that from this deal?
Whilst this is happening,
Don't eat
Uriel-
anyone.
Uriel does not know how the telepathic communication works.
Just gonna try and talk to
is
Tenebris.
screaming in his head, Tenebris!
Oh no!
What's going on?
Oh no!
Tenebris's friends! Like, eyes darting around the room, like... and as such, it's just like... No, this is not a situation that Uriel is comfortable in the slightest. And it's just like waiting for a lead, but does not know what Tenebris is doing.
Oh no!
Yeah, Infinity's kind of waiting for a sign of some kind, but you wouldn't know that.
But also, it's like you're negotiating us being like working for this person now. Like,
Oh no! Well, I thought
No
you know.
one.
Oh God!
No one meets. I alone am the conduit. The knowledge I give you, you will gratefully receive. But you must prove your worth, and I have a mind to make you prove it in many ways and over again. Prove your loyalty to me. It's getting weird, and at this point, you hear in your head, Tenebris,
Yeah.
darling, just one word from you, please. Just a name. Give me something to go on.
Oh, that would have been good. I should have mentioned that. I will say to them, Jairajaram, I appreciate this offer of yours. I have approached you most boldly, but I already work for some very powerful people, and alas, that sort of fills up my time.
Kind of busy.
Just doing,
I could do the odd job on a
shit.
weekend, maybe, but really, I've got an hour free max a week. So
What would your budget be?
Yeah.
I can put together
I could potentially take some holiday days to cover what you need, but
So I will thank you for your time, Rojas, and we will make our departure.
Will you now? Something tells me that
hackles go
a
up.
price must be paid.
I feel like just throughout, in case my role play of the last paragraph that I said reflects the sort of slowly losing of confidence and control that Nebrus is having in this whole scene. It's the rising, don't know what I'm doing. Fuck.
As it's happening, and throughout that, you've got a kind of a ripple of the surface thoughts, and you've been hearing moments of fear, moments of confusion, some of anger, but now you get one that is simply of disdain. But a mixture of disdain. This situation, what have I even been doing talking to these? Nothing. It's a waste of my time. But not just that. On top of that is a sense of disappointment in themselves. Ugh,
Oh no!
why would you do this? Just clean this mess up and have some real fun for once.
I've let
And then
you
they
down, I've let
rise
the parents
8
down,
foot
I've let
tall.
school down,
But worst of all, I've let myself
down.
And they tower above you. Behind you, Uriel, you hear. And behind you, Infinity, you feel like a shuffle of cloth. And at this moment, as Jairadaram reaches out towards you, Tenebris, to take hold of your hair, there is.
Hello? Excuse me?
Zoom did mute the knock that you just did. It decided
sure
you
it was a
shouldn't.
really
I'm
good
sure it was a
knock.
really good knock.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not getting any
It
of
was
that.
real good.
But
Nothing.
yeah, we saw Ali do it, but we didn't hear any of it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Could we please come in, please? It's important. There's a lady out here. She needs help. Is there anyone in there?
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds
whoa.
important. We should probably.
Jairadaram, do not go anywhere. And then motions to the person behind you, Infinity. See who it is. They go to the door.
I would like to prowl
Open it.
around and try and peek through the door to see who's in there. Who's there?
You do not move.
Growl.
The door is opened a crack, and then whoosh, smashed in. You see 4 figures flying, almost shaded. Somehow seem to be protected from your sight, and they roll in and then surround the 3 of you in this room. At this point, you realise that you are.
No, don't change the music.
It's like initiative rolling music.
In a standoff. Around you are first the 2 bodyguards of Jairadaram Rojas. Jairadaram is taken aback on the back foot. Around them, you see 4 figures clothed in dark capes, their faces actually masked, so you can't see them. At this moment, Tenebris, you hear in your mind, "Now is the time, Tenebris. Do it. We do not have long."
I'm gonna do it. I do what I'm told by the DM through their various minions. Sometimes it's yeah, it's fine. Do I still have it up? Do I need to cast it again? Is it a minute past? I think I've
You
let's say a
need
minute
to
past.
cast
I have
it
to cast-
again.
Right, I'm casting it again, and I'm going straight into probing deeper. Wisdom saving throw, please.
I'll use my reaction and I'll take a d6 off of it.
Yes!
I roll. And I rolled a 1. So that's a whole 1 off.
Oh.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Every little counts.
Yeah.
It's an 8. Do you say anything before you dive deeper?
Oh shit! Given that I can't think of anything that snappily myself, I'm gonna say I can't think of anything that snappily in the moment either, and say no.
Just diving into someone's brain. See ya.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll growl, and that's me using the power of astrology to take a point
It's a
away.
momentary distraction. It's like, oh, Jesus.
It's real.
Cosmic Omen.
You
Sorry, no.
dive straight in, deep down. You feel the colony rip their way through the cortices of this individual. And what you get is fear, right?
Good.
You get a young girl sat in a huge household. Perfectly made up table. Sat at the end, aloof. An older man. You can tell that they're all by the way that they carry themselves. Beautiful sunlight floods in. It's a different world. A world you've never seen before. Trees, greenery. The man at the far end leafs through a copy of whatever they're reading. You stand. Through your eyes, you approach this man. You reach up for their hand, and they pull it away. Go, Jai, go. Go play in the garden. Flash forward. You're now on Braxigentu. Grown. A grown woman. You look out over Gunka itself. You see the fog. You see the rising of the space elevator. And you feel a great sense of pain and worthlessness. This is your life. And then you feel a hand on your shoulder. And this is strange because the hand itself, when you turn to look, it draws you to somewhere else. You turn around and you're in a darkened chamber. The walls around you slope up and up, away. You feel the floor vibrating faintly beneath your feet. A low, bassy rumble that fills the air. In front of you, you're looking at almost a diffuse spotlight on the floor, and in it sits an old wooden chair. And from it snake cables and pipework off into the darkness around you. And in the chair is something that you recognize, Tenebris. The rusted, battered shell of a robot. Unmistakably an infinite sky 6,000. Then, from behind you, a quavering voice that you recognize. Come, come. There is no need to fear what you do. We together will be great. We together will solve this. Your oh so valid feelings. In front of you walks a figure. By its shape, it's a man, but it's all stitched together of different parts, of different skin, of different kinds of body. It limps slightly as it walks towards the chair. You speak in your voice. What is this? What is all of this? Is this to help us, to help me? What do you plan to do? Why do you need such great wealth from me? Well, to build what you want, to build an object of such power, we will need to amass the very greatest in technology, the most beautiful and ancient devices not even man himself will have seen before. This that I create for you and for you alone will be my greatest work. It will help you rise. What is that? Simply a doorway to the place I keep my secrets. The shadow place. So, they hold out a hand and you can see, you can feel that in this memory, this moment, everything that Jairajaram is has been bound up. It's this that they've invested everything that they are now. They're so tied to it. So, do we have a deal? You reach out your hand. And then, as the grip clasps you, and you stare deep into the eyes of this stitched man, the scene freezes, except for the figure in front of you that looks closer and closer and closer. Hello? Hello? I've seen you before, haven't I? In another's memory. I know you. I saw you for a second, didn't I? In the craftsperson's workshop. Where it was, I don't know where it is now. Tell me. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for you.
Yeah, well, here I am. Now you've gone to such trouble. Will you tell me how much you already know?
Did you make the satellites fall?
Oh, yeah, that was a funny one, wasn't it? Yeah. And again. It's nice to talk, it's so nice. This lump of flesh, it's like talking to a horny steak. It's just rancid. But you are something else, aren't you? How have you ended up here, little one? Come
What?
now. Show me what you know, and you feel... Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone just knows what I know. I can't just know things. Everyone else has to know it too. 12.
You feel the presence inside you, and in a way, it's kind of a release. They take the memories. They're not in the same way as the archivist, but they watch them, they breathe them, and it cleanses you. You keep such interesting company. What is your plan now? What will you do? Huh?
We will come and find you and stop you from destroying things.
At this point, roll a wisdom saving throw.
8.
Harder than that. You're trying to break free from whatever hold is taken over you, but there's nothing you can do. Yes, I believe you are. But why? Why do it? Why not just let me be? No. I have a better idea. Come, please. Do come if you can. Come. Let us meet and enjoy what is about to happen. You fall out of that moment, and suddenly you're back in a situation, surrounded. In this moment, before we have to roll any initiative or anything like that, is there anything anyone would like to do?
I don't know anything that's going on, so...
I think as far as us two are concerned, what's just happened is there's been this weird standoff and then 4 people have burst through the door, so we're just a bit like...
Did the scene that just took place in my head take any time in the outside world at all?
It has taken the length of time of the spell, so a minute. So in that minute...
Oh.
Oh, it's been a minute.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. No, because it
It lasts a minute. It's not a minute casting time.
It has taken a minute. So...
Oh.
We're going to find out what has happened while you have been under when we come back from the break.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Oh, see you after the break, guys.
See you in a bit.
See you in a little bit.
So, where were we? Here, stood in this boudoir. In front of all of you, you see that Tenebris is... She drops to the floor. Jai Rajaram is stood in front of her, towering over Tenebris's body, looking startled at this sudden explosion of people into their space. Behind you, Uriel, you've heard the tick-tick of 2 katanas being drawn. A stance has been taken behind you, Infinity. 4 figures have shown up, all of them wearing masks, stood around you. So, imagine a table with drinks.
Done.
Oh, yes. The table in front of me. I've got wine now.
Circular, with a couch around one semicircle of it.
A semicircular
Sorry,
couch?
say that again. So a table...
Sorry, so it's a circular table with
Yeah.
a couch around one half of it, like
Got
a
it.
semicircular couch around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tenebris is lying on the couch in the middle.
Okay.
Jai Rajaram is to one side of her, to the left side. Uriel, you are on
are they
the
both
other
sat down?
side.
Tenebris is out, so.
No. Tenebris is fallen flat on the couch. Jai Rajaram is standing up. You are, Uriel, are sat on the couch on the other side.
But we're sat as well.
I'm not sad.
Yes, you are
because
sad.
I am wolf.
Infinity Wolf, you are next to the table, sort of opposite Tenebris.
Yeah, great.
And so directly opposite Tenebris,
Yeah.
and you're right next to the table, having just drunk from it.
Cool.
Then behind you, Infinity, is one assailant.
One of the
or one
masked
bodyguard.
people. Oh, the bodyguard. The slender
elf.
one?
No, one of the bodyguards.
The slender one.
Yes,
with the
the
robes,
slender
yeah.
one, the elf. And next to you, Uriel, on the edge of the couch, is the small android with the katanas.
Elf robot.
And then spread behind those two and Infinity, spread out are the 4 masked figures who have entered.
So put them
All on that
equidistant.
side. Okay.
All behind.
They are
So
all
they're
on
like
that side,
opposite the sofa, behind Infinity, kind of thing. If Infinity
Okay,
was south on a
exactly.
compass, they'd be south. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, I've drawn the map.
Have you made one at home, listeners?
Hope so.
Send in a picture of your map to the Discord channel.
It won't beat this. I mean, look at that. Perfect.
Oh, I'd gone for. Oh gosh.
Sorry,
I'm not
podcast
gonna be able to
listeners.
See that?
That's it.
That's definitely way overexposed.
It's important while we delay combat. Yes.
Yeah, just I'm enjoying the last few gasps of Uriel's existence.
No, focus.
Well, you've put them in the wrong place.
Oh, very good.
Well, I've just rotated it, right?
Wait.
Like you've got the elf at the bottom.
But the sofa isn't in the right place.
You said it was sofas.
Have I got the sofa in the wrong place? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Show me
Doesn't
again.
matter. I'm now
Okay.
coming to you from the Underdark.
I'm going to roughly run around.
Before we roll initiative, is there anything that... So at the point where Tenebris drops, you all feel the tension in the room rise, and as though things are about to kick off. Is there anything you'd like to do before that happens?
Can Uriel do that?
There's nothing I can do, so.
I can't do anything fancy about. Yeah, I can have a reaction to deflect missiles, but nothing for.
Wild shape is great for extra hit points. It's not good for my spells.
All right, then everybody roll initiative.
Do, however, get to use the wolf's initiative. That's fun. That's a natural 1. Plus
Come on, baby.
2 for a 3.
That is a 13. Count 'em. 1, 3.
Hang on, so Uriel gets a 13. What was yours again, Infinity?
That was a 3. Natural 1.
Oh, excellent. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Right, so stop talking amongst yourselves. We're gonna go.
I better got stuck. My perfect Sunday would be nutrient paste.
What I was going to say is it's really hard writing initiatives down when you don't know what other people's initiatives are. Because, like, right now I've got Infinity near the bottom of the page, Uriel somewhere in the middle. But guaranteed it'll all be, like, above it. But anyway,
Sort
yeah.
of stick them in.
Yeah.
So the first thing that happens is Jai Rajaram leaps over the back of the table,
Of course.
the back of the sofa, and Boosh starts legging it into the boudoir.
Legging it?
They make it 60 feet and disappear behind a curtain.
It's the bloody boudoir.
Gosh.
60 feet! Big! That's big room.
It's like a big flat, like a millionaire's flat
I didn't
size.
realise. Yeah, okay, I've got it. Yeah, okay.
I've actually forgot we were in a boudoir. I for some reason thought we were in like the brig of a ship. It was like bare
It's all
walls.
sexy.
It's all the sexy brig. It's like it's
sexy
got the
brig.
swings and everything and hard
A
points.
luxury suite.
The second thing that happens is hold up. Uriel, next to you, you hear 2 blades get drawn and swing towards you. And
As a
that is
DM
hold up.
question. Wait, no, I'm reading this again. Okay, I have a question which I think has been answered. Basically, patient defense is telling me I can spend a key point to take a dodge action, but I think that has to be on my
You have to spend
turn.
that on your turn to do that, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
The hand has been
All
lowered.
right, so
Deaf hand 1.
Simon's been
what's your
playing a
ace?
monk for
What
nearly
else?
2 years.
so that's a 22
That hits.
and another 22
Yeah, that also hits.
and a 14.
The 14 does not hit.
Ah, excellent. Okay, so we get That's 10 points each of damage. So 20 points of damage, Uriel.
All right. I'll wear that one.
And
Ouch.
then, next to you. Oh no.
Ali,
hold
would
on a
it
second.
mess things up for you if I were to just pop off for 2 minutes and then come back? Sorry.
No, that's totally
Alright,
fine.
Sorry, I'll be back in it. That's fine. Don't die. Well, I'm gone.
We'll try.
Oh fuck! She's gone. We're gonna die.
I thought she was going to hide behind the curtain in her video then for a second. Just like, you can't see me.
Yeah. So the next thing that happens is, just give me 1 second.
You're good. Take your time.
Yeah.
Simon, have you got our strategy WhatsApp chat open?
Oh, I will now.
Yep.
I have a very clear idea of what I'm going to be doing.
Just in case. Just there's just one little...
I don't have that.
Yes, you do.
Not on my character sheet. I don't.
Bloody do. Don't talk about it out loud.
The elf
You absolutely do.
behind you,
Find it in features and traits.
Infinity, starts weaving their hands in a motion around their body. They start to spin and twist. And then from their skin, these insects start to fly around and around them and around them. Little biting hornets. And this is spirit guardians.
Oh,
but
cute. Okay.
in a particularly kind of insectoid sort of way.
Yeah, nice.
So they cast and it surrounds you. And not only that,
It doesn't
but it
until
also
my
surrounds.
turn. Doesn't do any...
It doesn't do anything to you until your turn.
Great.
But it surrounds you and Uriel and the other assailant. And then we get to the 4 others. So they're all going to go as one. 2 of them are going to roll to hit. It's both misses. As you see 2 of the masked figures pull out long-barreled, evil-looking guns. They kneel down, aim both at this android samurai, but they ting off the armor. Then we get to the one of the ones behind you, Infinity,
Jeez, they all go
bulky, with a mean-looking. They pull out. What is it they pull out? Hang on a
Nothing.
second.
They wave a little
They-
paper heart and they say, "We love you, Infinity."
Party poppers.
Woo! Happy birthday!
They pull out a
April
carbon
Fools.
graphite rod.
Oh.
The rod to an exact, almost infinitesimal point. And then from their arm comes 2 metal blocks that form a shield. And they
Oh,
reach
cool.
forward and plunge the spear into
My wolf.
the back of the person behind you.
Oh. Oh!
And
They're
that's
on our
friends.
side. Oh, good. I won't attack them then.
a natural. Well, that's pretty good, guys. All right, that's a natural 20.
Great.
And a 17, which also hits. And then and more of these
Kill
bigger
the-
numbers.
Kill
So
the spellcaster. Kill the spellcaster. I will
Let's
say, if they've
see
cast
how
Spirit
much damage
Guardians,
they
have
do.
they entered into the Spirit Guardian?
they have, and they will take damage. So let's just do that damage first. Thank you for keeping me honest.
Fucking
there,
love
Bates.
Spirit Guardians. When I play a cleric, it's literally, I'm just like, I'll cast Spirit Guardians. And then just run around the battlefield being like, gonna fuck all of you up. It's great. Great spell. Highly recommend to everyone.
Right, so that's 7 points of damage when they go into the Shield Guardians, and they're going to do a lot of damage. 9 plus 4, so that's 13. And then 8 plus 4, so 12, so that's 25. And then 8 plus 4, 12 times 2, 24%. They do 49 points of damage. That's insane.
Whoa.
In one shot, 49 points of damage.
Gosh damn.
This figure moves with kind of agile, cat-like grace, which belies the enormous musculature of their arms. They plunge this carbon graphite spear deep through the axis of this, the person who cast Spirit Guardians, this elf, and then withdraw it, and you can see that the bones have been rearranged inside them, and they can barely hold themselves up. And then the final figure will run towards Jai Rajaram.
60 feet.
And now we come to Uriel.
I have been told.
No, you just do what you want to do. But I just reminded you of an ability that you have. It's very...
In my defense, I don't know why D&D Beyond doesn't put it on the front page next to where your attacks are.
Because it's not an attack; it's a feature.
But it does it for things like stillness of mind, unarmed strike.
I don't know.
It's just not defending myself, but I'm just saying I think it's a bit strange that it's not there.
Okay.
So is the dwarf? Sorry, is the android samurai completely different thing? In melee range of me? That's because they just hit me.
100%.
Yeah.
They've literally just tried to stab you. But before you do anything, how about you take? Yeah, you are within range of the Spirit Gardens. It's basically they're all around this table.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you take 21 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeesh.
Spirit
quite
Guardians
so hot.
is a Kraken spell.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to think. Is it better to do? Yes, it is going to be better to do that. Right. So I will do what Uriel does best, I guess, and punch the living shit out of this android samurai. Now it's actually been a little while since I punched anything with Uriel. So this is. Oh gosh. How many actions is it per attack action? Is it?
I think you get two
attacks
per
action.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. So the
two
first
punches per attack action,
and then I can do the bonus extra stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So roll for the first one. That is a 16.
A 16 misses. So you swipe out, but it glances off the kind of titanium alloy of their shielded skin. They're kind of very curved and very kind of smooth. It's very difficult to land a blow on them.
Okay, we'll try again. That is a 26.
Well, that definitely hits.
Do the thing.
And that's
Do the
1d.
thing.
Well, I do that afterwards, right?
Yeah,
After the
we do it
damage.
when you hit them. So
Okay.
you can do it on every strike if you hit.
Okay, right. So, well, I'm wanting that to be a stunning strike.
You still do
Which is, I
damage.
mean,
Stunning strike.
And I'll use my reaction to take a d6 off the Constitution save that they make.
So I only have one bonus key point left.
And that is a 4.
It's all
Gets
kicking off now.
removed from it.
All right, they rolled a 14 on the dice, plus 6, so
Minus
that's a 20. Minus 4
4
is a 16.
Stunning strike has a
Does
DC
that
of
save?
15.
God damn it!
You try and find the correct wires to pull out, but in this moment, you cannot.
So I do the damage still, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's 1d6
Yeah,
plus
so how much was it?
That is 7 points of damage.
Excellent.
And then I can do an extra strike, can't I?
You can do another. Got bonus action, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
so I can,
yeah,
make,
if you
an,
want
I
it-
can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action. Or
Yeah.
You can spend
Or
flurry of blows.
or I could do
If you
the
want.
burning hands.
Do you have enough key for that?
I've got 10 key points.
Remember-
You should have loads now, yeah.
And you could. Just be aware that where you
the
you
people
will
behind.
hit some people with that. You will hit some. There's a couple of people behind, the ones with long, evil-looking rifles.
People you probably don't want to hit with friendly fire.
What's the range on Burning Hands?
Let me have a quick look. Oh, hang on. I need to get up in a different bit. 1 second, please. 15-foot cone.
Okay. So you could miss them. So you could hit just this samurai monk in front of you. Not monk, samurai android in front of you.
I mean, that feels like it's the best way to do as much damage as possible.
Potentially worth saving that to get more than one person, but that's the only thing I would say.
I mean, I can cast it. How many times can I cast it?
It's key points, so it's how many you've got left.
Yeah. I feel like I've been too hesitant with spending key points.
I would just... Yeah, you have. Yeah. They should all be gone by the end of the day.
Spend them all. Right, so I will spend the key points, and now that's my bonus key points done. So now I've just got 9 left. And what's the damage output of... Actually, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. So gain a special spell, ranged attack. I could spend the key point to make the special attack twice as a... What? Sorry, I'm losing myself in all this.
You can up the damage with if you add key points.
Yeah. I was reading the wrong entry. Sorry. Yeah, immediately after you take the attack action, you can spend 2 key points to cast the Burning Hands spell action as a bonus action. Yeah. Yes, I can spend key points to increase the spell's level up to a max of 4. I mean, I'm down to 8 because it's 2. Fuck it. We'll spend 4 key points then in total. You
spent one for the stunning strike as well, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means I'm down to 6 key points. Okay. Right. So down to 6 key points. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a Dex saving throw. Dex 15.
I can't help you on this one.
Alrighty. What's the 14 on the dice plus... Wait a second now.
Plus 0.
No, it's a plus of 5, so that's 19. So they save that.
Okay, so you take half as much damage.
So I'm imagining that as your metallic arm unfurls itself, the arc of electricity, and as it happens, you just see this monk matrix back towards the floor.
That's so cool.
You still take half damage.
Oh yeah, it catches their arm as they go down. You know when Neo does that thing where his arm goes up? That arm gets got.
Right,
so how much was it?
It's going to be 3d6. Sorry, 66 halved.
Let's go.
Right, let's go. Come on, Simon. Oh, that's a typical Simon roll. Right. Give me a second here. Let me get my abacus out. So that's 6, 9, 15 points of damage. Halved. So do you halve rounding up or do you round down?
You round down.
Round down.
7. So 7 points of damage. 7. It's all good. Yeah, so they look... They still look pretty good. But, they've shown a couple of dents. And now we come to Tenebris's turn. Tenebris, completely passed out, is going to take...
What is about? No, leave me alone. I'm just on this sofa. I'm just a little fox in a little red cloak.
9.
Having a nap.
You're going to take 9 points of damage from the stinging and biting insects that are all around you now.
Spirit
Guardians. What?
Spirit Guardians, bloody spellcasters. Who aren't
no,
us.
Is that Jai?
No, Jai's run off. It's the elf.
Run off.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I've got loads of hit points now. That's fine. How many?
And then you hear, just in the distance, no, you won't. You will leave me. I am Jai Rajaram Rojas, and you will leave me be. I will have your head and your entire family's head for this.
Wait, was that in the room or in Tenebris's head?
No, you heard that from across.
I'm still unconscious, right? I'm just unconscious,
so
but also dying.
Got it.
Yeah, you are 100% unconscious. So at this point, the samurai will turn towards you, Uriel, again.
Do I get to go?
Not yet.
Oh, did you not
Well,
have your go?
everyone else has gone and he's
thank
going
you.
again.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
Everyone else has gone. Sorry, before Jai Rajaram goes, the wolf.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a wolf.
And what do?
I'm gonna go and do all the wolf things I can do. Are any of the people with the guns who came in? One of them hit the elf, right? So they're within 5 feet.
None of the people with the guns have hit the elf.
Someone hit the elf.
It's the person with the spear.
Sure.
So there's,
but one of the masked people is within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Great. So I
That's
get
right, yeah.
advantage on biting them. So I'm going to bite the elf. And
Bite
that is
yes.
absolute. Oh, maybe 19.
Yeah, 19 will do it.
Okay. And they need to make a strength saving throw or get knocked prone. Oh, and I take damage.
That's a nat 20 on the strength saving through, so
Cool,
they
they're
stay up.
fine.
You grab hold of their arm, try and wrestle them to the floor, but they're surprisingly strong under this slender form, and even though they look very, very injured, they brace themselves and stay up.
But they do take 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage is enough.
Oh, great.
And then as you wrestling their arm, it starts to crack, and it deforms, and then the pain of that goes to their head, and you see as their eyes flutter and they drop to the floor.
Great. I will
so-
take their Spirit Guardians thing before that, though, before they died. So I would still take the damage on that.
Yes. Thank you. Your Bates, you're the best.
I know. I just like being a cleric.
Helping
That's
out.
my favourite spell.
Humble
So
DM. That's 11 points of damage for you.
cool. Also, I've got wolf hit points at the
And-
moment. I'm fine. That's all I've got. Oh, actually no. And then I will run after Jai. So I've got 50 feet of movement.
Whoa. Okay, with 50 feet, you make it just behind Jai, and you see now when they made that threatening, "Do you know who I am?" They were talking to this hooded, masked figure right behind them that is right up next to them.
Okay.
What?
One of the hooded people. Shh, you're asleep. Go to sleep.
So
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
the samurai, with a movement of its metal heads, takes in the 4 assailants near it, you, Uriel, and then Jai Rajaram running. You can see a sort of mental abacus behind its eyes. It raises one katana before its eyes, a very slight nod, and then turns to you, Uriel, and
Respectful.
is going to unleash another 3 attacks.
I can't do anything about this.
Only they were
Yeah,
stunned.
that's
I tried once.
You could have tried 2 more times.
the 27 and a 24
They both hit.
and a 22.
Yeah, they all hit.
Are you going down?
Possibly a yelling timber situation.
Remember, you
so
all have
that
good berries.
is, 19 plus that's 27 points of damage,
Yeah, that brings me down.
You out?
and then
God.
are you out?
Yeah, that's just me down.
Yeah. Okay. At that point, they will
Teabag me.
use their
They might
movement
hit you again.
to go over to the wolf infinity.
Hello.
Wait a second. No, they won't. First thing they're going to do, lift the katana, and then plunge it down into your chest, Uriel. So if you're,
That's 2 death
that's
saves.
Balls.
So it's 2 failed deaths.
Oh, they still have to hit. They still just
Oh,
weirdly have to
they
hit,
did.
right?
That's
Do
a
they?
21.
Oh yeah, they
Oh.
they
Yeah,
rolled
that
it.
hits.
They've got advantage,
That's-
but they still have to hit.
Yeah.
Then they crit if they hit. Yeah.
Yeah, so you 2 death
So-
2 death fails.
2 death fails.
You can see them. You can see them overriding their motor to go into an action surge, and then one more attack they get on top of that, because they are carrying 2 scimitars.
I don't have it.
He's
Two
already
katanas.
dead.
They hit again
Who's dead?
through your heart, Uriel, and you are dead.
Dead. DED. Dead.
At this point,
I haven't
Priest is
got
down.
anything.
we go to the two figures with the guns. So they will shoot again, hit, and one not hit. So that's an extra 6 points of damage.
Didn't take it.
Now,
So I'm not listening to anything you're saying. Was that a me?
No. This is the masked figures, and then the one with the spear will then attack again, attacking the samurai. That's one hit. One of those is going to hit, and then we are. Hold on a second. Yeah, so that's 13. Right, okay, so now we're down. Right, so now the samurai is starting to look hurt as this is going on. So now we get to infinity.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Oh no. I'm not thinking. I am going. Are there. No, we're in a place. There's no plants in this room.
I mean, there are plants. Yeah, there are plants.
Will you let me cast Wrath of Nature? Which is my 5th level spell.
What does it do?
So, well, the wording is you call out to the spirits of nature to rouse them against your enemies. You choose a point you can see within range. The spirits cause trees, rocks, and grasses to become animated until the spell ends, and I can attack with the plants, basically.
100%. So there are some artfully arranged pot plants around this sort of area.
Happy for me to use the trees thing for them, which is they lash out and take slashing damage kind of thing.
Yeah. Suddenly these pot plants are not looking quite so ornamental, and they're starting to look pretty vicious.
Okay, great. So I'm going to cast Wrath of Nature when I see Uriel. Oh wait, sorry. Bonus action. Stop being a wolf immediately. And
all right.
I think she doesn't scream because she's a robot, but she just sort of stares, looks over, clearly can tell he's and just this surge of energy comes out, and right, any enemies hang on, sorry, I haven't cast it before, I just need to check. So they all become animated. Can't do that because that is. Does all of this happen? I'm so sorry. I just need to check something on this spell, because if it does, it's actually really bad. Does it all happen at once? Or it can? Sorry, so sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh no.
My perfect Sunday would be being alive. And
I'm sorry. I'm gonna scrap that because it doesn't.
Points.
It doesn't quite do what I thought it did. Do you mind if I... Sorry, that's really bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna...
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
You think about casting the spell, but you're still a wolf. You want to return to the forest. That's what's interfering.
Come out of that, and I am going to... Jai's near me, right? Oh, actually, no. I can get over. I can get over to the thing, can't I? The robot.
So you could get to the if I've got 50 before you turned.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet before I turn.
When you were a wolf, you were. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so you
wolf
could get
runs, sees Uriel. Sorry, retcon. See Uriel. Bonus action, come out, and I'm going to immediately just put my hand immediately on this thing. I'm going to cast Blight, and all of this necrotic energy. Don't ask me to science it right now. I'm mad. It's going to just this corrosive acidic necrotic thing is just gonna pour all over this. It's a Constitution saving throw, and I am going to use my reaction to take a d6 off of it,
which you just used to turn back into. Oh no, or your
bonus action was drop the thing. They have to take off 5. Constitution save. Yeah.
Hold up. So that is 15 minus 5 is 10.
Okay, great. It's 18 they needed to get, so they take 8d8 damage. So I cast it at 5th level. She's where are all my d8s? Sorry, I've only got one. I'll get 4.
I nearly lost when I was in Germany in the hotel room, I dropped all of my dice on the floor, and I, for the longest time, thought I'd lost my D4. And I was like the opposite of upset about this. It's like,
And then you no, but it's the worst one to lose because if it's on the floor and you tread on it.
Yeah, these are caltrops. Like, this is what they used to stop
14,
Hannibal.
20, 24, plus 24, 28, 29, 30, 33 points of damage.
33 points of damage. You can hear the circuit starting to shatter and burn underneath the metal skin of this robot, and the metal plating starts to crack beneath your hand as you unleash this energy inside another of your fellow androids, and they turn towards you. You can hear as the bearings in their necks seize up, but they are still upright. And now
she doesn't say anything, but all of her screens are just, I think it's like whirling clouds, like full on hurricane, like lightning, full on just mad.
And then at this point you hear oh no, don't stop. And the sound of a body falling to the floor over by where Jai Rajaram was standing. And for those of you who can still see, you see Jai Rajaram fall to the floor as they get knocked out by this masked figure. And now we come back to the samurai. They turn to look at you, and it's with a lack of understanding, Infinity, as to why the situation is the way that it is. They remove their 2 katanas from the body of Uriel and then reach out to you and roll an 11 and a 21.
21
and also a 15.
Both hit. 15 and 21 hit. 11 does miss. Thank fuck.
And that is a... just give me a second. 16 damage.
Okay. Which is fine.
And now, Uriel, we move past you. And the two masked figures holding the long-barreled guns will take other shots. They'll both miss. These projectiles ricochet off different parts of the furniture, and we move again to the more muscular large figure with the carbon the carbon graphite spear, as they roll again to attack. One of them is a natural 20. That will 100% do it. And with a grinding of gears, the samurai drops slowly to the floor. And you're all stood where you've been left. There is now about 40 seconds before Tenebris wakes. You are stood in this moment of stillness. Infinity. As the masked figures move between Jai Rajaram and the 2 bodyguards to check for the vitals, is there anything you do?
I think she's just going to dump all of her cure wounds, like spell slots, into Uriel. Like, she's just going to sit there and just not say anything and just continuously fire like nanites and things into his body. I'll spend all of my first levels and all of my second level spells doing it. Oh, it was 40 seconds,
Okay.
so how many rounds is that? Like 7. Yeah, great.
It's about 6 or 7. Yeah?
Great. I'll say 6, and I'll keep 1 second level spell slot.
It's almost like there's sand pouring from your fingertips over the body of Uriel, and as it hits him, it's like a sudden mist, and then it soaks into the skin, and nothing changes. They're dead.
Tenebris. Tenebris.
Tenebris, you wait.
Tenebris.
I'm gonna. Where? There's no one near me anymore, is there? Is there anyone near me? Other people? Oh God,
No,
I'm looking
Tenebris,
around.
you wake lying on a couch. Above you, you see this sort of rococo ceiling, this gilt ceiling. You look over to your left, and you see, sprawled across the edge of the couch, the body of Uriel. Standing over them, you see infinity. And next to them, you see the broken down body of an android.
What?
Tenebris, get help now.
Where is the lady?
Get her.
Are there? I'll stop looking around, and I will sending. I will sending. Where's my sending? I will sending. Milady, I don't know what's happening. Help us! Uriel is hurt. Help!
You hear back in your head. Tenebris, did you do it? Is it done?
Yes, I can. Did she reply to my sending, or did she?
She does
use
reply to your
her?
sending, so you'd need to send again.
I'll send again. Yes, I have it, but I think they need a cleric or a healer or something. Urgently.
Child, I'm here. Through the door strides the majestic Scion Vivagi. No disguise, nothing. They walk towards the body of Uriel. You see the four figures move respectfully away. They reach down, touch their skin. He is gone.
Infinity is going to stand up. Is Jai still on the floor?
Jai is on the floor, but about 50 feet away from you.
Great. Going to go over point blank guiding bolt into his head. Their head, sorry.
As you go over, the masked figure stands between you and Jai Rajaram, and you hear from Saib.
Move out
Don't
of
do
my
that.
way.
There is still hope. And you feel the power of something reach out and caress the inside of your mind. Roll a saving throw. Let me just check.
She's trying to charm me.
She's very wise.
She's trying to charm me. It's with advantage for me.
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a charm?
It is.
Great, I've got advantage. That's a 19 plus 9 is 28.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that probably saves.
If it doesn't, I'm fucked.
So- You feel the attempt to get inside your head, but you are so angry. Listen to my words, child. If you won't listen to my power,
Are they dead because of them?
they are dead to this world. Where they have gone, you cannot follow.
Not good enough,
All
and I'm
we
going to
can do
guiding
now-
bolt into Jai's head. I'll lean over the person in front of
You
me.
will have.
Oh, you're gonna start initiative again.
I'll do it.
Can I try and say something? Can I?
Yeah. Before we do this again.
Oh man, I'm just going to sort of croakily, just somewhat hopelessly, just say, Infinity, obey.
You casting?
No, I'm
Oh,
not. I'm.
I'll stop.
Okay.
I'll turn around. Obey who? This person I met the other day. Uriel is dead, Tenebris.
Lady, you can do something, right? You can always
Tenebris,
do
don't make me turn
something.
on you two.
Lady, please tell them. Tell them you'll help, please.
Nah, I'm turning around. I'm doing it. It's guiding bolt straight into Joy's head.
All right.
Cool. Do I need to roll to hit
Yeah. Roll to hit.
with advantage because they're prone? Oh, it's ranged, so no.
No, with
But-
disadvantage.
With disadvantage, it's a 19.
Whoa!
Got
That
a plus
hits.
10. Okay, 8d6.
Well, they are unconscious, so it's 2 death saving throws.
Oh, yeah. I'll still use the level 5 one. Overkill. Cool. I'll stand over them.
So the next thing that happens is you see glistening past your face the nanite swarm that you can also control, and you hear the intake of breath from Jai Rajaram as they are healed. 5 hit points. Let's not do this again, child. Listen to me. And you hear Jai Rajaram go, what is happening? And then they turn and they see Saib. You. Shh. Not now. There is business here. Your friend is gone from this place. But they are not fully gone. All you can do is protect their body and hope that they can find their way back to it. Now, I must speak with Tenebris alone.
Fine. I'll go over and I'll pick up Uriel's body and I will leave the ship. Or I'll get as far away from the ship. I will go up to the garden up the top that I saw, if I can.
With Uriel's body?
Yeah.
Walking through a party.
Yeah.
As a wolf? Oh no.
Nope.
He's a wolf. He's dressed as a wolf.
Can I pick him up?
I'm pretty heavy.
You can pick him up.
I'm
I mean,
strongish.
I won't make you roll. You can drag him. that
Big
way.
robot.
And you can go up to the garden where you watch. And we will come to what happens with you in the garden. But now, Tenebris. You are sat with Saib. And at this point, you see something in her face. Something that you've not seen directed at you before. A cold, clean, metallic vision of what must be. Tell me, Tenebris. Tell me what you saw.
Why should I tell you? You're just going to take it anyway. Get it over with.
You never learn. I want to be your friend. I want you to choose to tell me.
I promised I wouldn't hide anything from you, and I'm not, and I won't. Just take it.
Give it to me.
Can I? Wait a second. Do I have? Oh, maybe I don't. Can I create a telepathic link?
Yeah.
And can I send visions as well as
Oh.
book? Basically, I would like
that's
to
huge.
try and force everything into her head the same way it was forced into mine.
I will say, yeah, and I'm just going to see how. What's your what's your spell DC?
Spell save is 17.
That's a 3 on the dice from her. So you hit her with all of these memories.
I'm going to say I'm going to
these
spend
feelings.
my level 5 spell slot to do it, even though it's not specifically any one spell. Like I've got like a psychic lance and I've got all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm going to say it's that.
So you are inserting memory and feeling into the mind of another organism who is not ready and doesn't know what's happening. You knock Sybe off her feet onto the floor. She is out for a second. Is there anything you want to do in this moment? We're going to call it a round.
This isn't so much like in this moment, but what I would like to do is I would like to insight check whether I think that everything that we've been doing has been what she wants, for what she wants to know, and not really for what we want at all. That's what I'm
Roll that insight check.
thinking right now, basically.
Oh, Tenebris, let's go.
I don't have enough insight. Oh, 21.
You've seen the way that other people have been caught in Sybe's webs. This is starting to feel very, very similar. She pushes herself up onto her forearms, and you, for the first time ever, see her shaken. But it quickly is covered by that beautiful, impassive face. And you can see now that she's calculating. She's running through everything that she's seen that you've forced on her. And at last her eyes focus again on yours, these black pits. Tenebris, you've done very, very well. Now, here is a choice you must make. You will submit to me. You will work for me, if you will. And you will do it forever. You are mine, Tenebris, or I will imprison you all.
You said? Why? Why do you want this?
You're too powerful, my dear. You cannot be left to your own devices.
I don't
Whatever
want
this is that you stumbled across, listen to me, Tenebris. Stop crying, girl. You are not ready to face this alone. This is for me, and I will see it done right. You cannot be trusted yourself. Will you submit?
What if I could stop it? What if I can find out how to get rid of them, of all of this powers? One day after this is over, I can be normal.
You're of no use to me, normal girl.
And then I can go. You can help me be normal, and then I can go. I will help you now, and then And then it'll be over.
I will ask you once more. Will you submit? You feel the psychic waves of her power washing over you. You can feel something starting to build around you. Your choice now is to stay or to leave.
I want to roll for it. I'm gonna roll for it.
Can you put your camera on it? Can you put your...
Yeah, actually, I can.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say... Oh, Jesus.
Simon, up your brightness. We want to see your face. For people on podcasts, he's made his
Fading
brightness
away.
really dark.
Fading away. I'm gonna say on an 11 or higher, I'm gonna fight her. And on a 10 or lower,
I'm turning my brightness back down.
No,
I don't want to see this.
Come back here right now.
Just to be clear,
Yeah.
just to be clear, you know,
Yeah.
I won't stop you from fighting her, but you know that if you try and fight her head on, you will die. So
Well, no, so not necessarily. Well, yeah, not necessarily fight her, but like, I don't mean I'm going to try and attack her. I mean I'm going to try and resist the immense power, which I know I can't win, but the alternative. I know what the alternative means. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might be better to try and lose, than have to go back to what I did for her before, which is what she's really scared of. It's not
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
No. I think it's a bad idea. Oh no.
If it's easier, if what you're trying to do is resist the effect of whatever's coming at you, then you will need to make a wisdom saving throw. So you can make it that if you want.
Well, she's saying submit, and my answer at this point is either yes or no, right?
Okay.
It's
All right,
either
and
yes
then we will go to the wisdom saving throw if you
protect
don't run away.
everyone and do whatever, and if no, then who knows, right? All right.
So what are we looking for? Remind us of the
We want
stakes.
higher. We want higher.
Well, do you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't
So
know.
is this
I don't
11
know.
plus you're going to resist?
Yeah. I'm gonna not at least. Yeah.
Yeah. We can't see it.
So that one.
It's a 9. It's a 9.
It's a 9. Will you resist? 9.
9.
Fine.
No resist. Oh no. Infinity's going to kill everybody.
Oh God.
You feel an intense wave of power start to pass around you. You start to feel the light, cold, metallic touches of metal feelers reaching out from her cerebellum near the base of her neck towards your brain. With a 9, do you resist?
I just give up all responsibility.
You feel a level 9 Gaius spell cast on you.
Fuck.
You are now charmed by Scythe
I can learn that.
forever.
Forever. Is that what level 9 does?
That is what level 9 Gaius does.
Oh.
There's only one way out of it.
I know.
And with that,
No.
we will move to... oh, that's not what I wanted to send. We will move to the deck of the ship. Infinity. With the
Right,
body
notes
of
for the
Uriel. You stand at the edge of this great glass dome. You are now... Well, the Antares is now above the stratosphere. You are in space.
was
You
hoping you
are
wouldn't say
looking
Technically
out
not in space.
over Braxigantu, the world. Your world. You were looking north along with everyone else you imagine on this ship. At the pole, over the McKinsey Mountains, you see red flames begin to flicker and burn. The aurora, the crimson crown around Braxigantu, a special combination of the places of the suns and the planets in this system pulls out these magnificent colours. They warp and meld around the planet. Greens, reds, fiery yellows, sulphurous. And then they build and build. You hear around you a slight gasp, but surely not. But do you think we should? No, I'm sure it'll be just fine. It'll be just fine. They build and build until they cover the whole of the McKinsey Mountains, and they continue to build, and the flames wash over the whole of Braxigantu. They come towards the ship. This aurora, this electromagnetic field fills the air around you, and suddenly it seems like everything is on fire. You feel static in your mind, and suddenly you're looking through the eyes of a great bird. A huge grey mottled bird flying across the skies of Braxigantu. You are seeing out of the eyes of this creature as it dives towards a machine on the ground, tearing into it with its talons. Your vision starts to shake and twist, and like a static, like an old television, and suddenly you're beneath the ground. Great tectonic plates. You feel the strength and movement, and it's like you're being crushed by the plates, but at the same time, you are the plates themselves. And then, as it becomes more and more painful, you're something in the forest that you don't know, you don't understand, something moving, running at great speed. You're filled with fear and anger. And the flames disappear, and you're stood on the deck of this ship, surrounded by, what on earth was that? I have no idea. Do you think maybe it's time to call it a night? Panicked men and women, moving in a tide towards the exits on this ship, as you are moored against the great floating rings that moor the space elevator to Gunka. And lastly, as we leave you there, we come at last to Uriel. You wake in stillness. A grey, black landscape. Your mind, you feel scratching, like an itching. You look down at your skin arm. In the wind, the harsh wind that blows across you in this desolate landscape, a patch of skin dislodges itself and blows into the air. All around you is desolation. The ruins of old buildings, great dead patches of earth and land, a sky of only clouds and rubble around your feet. And in the distance, a tall, black tower. And we're going to leave it there.
Ali. Ali. Ali.
Everything's going to be fine.
Ali. Earlier, Ali, before we started, you played us this really lovely music, and you're like, can't wait for you to all hear this lovely. And it's really nice music. We didn't hear that music.
It's real good. We didn't hear it once. You guys went a different direction.
Yeah.
It all went a bit, well, It all went somewhere else.
Oh no.
And we'll
gotta
never
write
hear
up
that
notes
music
for this
Make it
episode.
flash. I haven't written anything.
Can you play the music now for us?
Can you play the nice
play
music?
something happy for us?
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's like 7 o'clock.
If we're
it's Monday
sad,
night
people go
and-
home sad. That's how it
No, I
works.
don't want to go home sad though. I don't want to go home sad. Oh.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's sci-fi. Everything's all right in sci-fi.
It is-
It'll turn
Have
out
you
okay.
seen Blade Runner or any sci-fi ever?
Thank
Have
you
a nice
so
dance
much.
party, everyone.
Sticking with us through the trauma, for sharing this with us, for being here while we dance sadly. Sad dance.
Okay. Everyone do the safety dance. What Uriel did not.
The stunning strike dance.
I did it!
Could have done 2 more times.
The burning hands. I think we should. I
still didn't use all my key points.
Oh God.
Oh, we'll be back next week.
We have. Wait, how many more episodes do we have left? of this
3.
campaign? We have 3
Three,
more episodes,
3.
people.
All we gotta
of
do,
this
bring
entire
Uriel
campaign.
back. Take
This
down
is
the
it.
cult. Take
The
down
story.
Sybe. Tenebris fix the gayest thing. We'll be fine. Loads of stuff to do.
So you do not want to miss the final
This
3
music
episodes.
is like the most incongruous thing.
I'm dead, everybody! I'm speaking to you from the afterlife!
No, it's fine. It's fine. I have
I can
spells.
strongly recommend everyone
right
join us live. We've had a great time in chat today on twitch.tv/RPGeeks DnD. It's got this is the buzz. This is where it's at.
Yeah,
This is
you get to watch me try and break Emily Bates live multiple times every
Yeah.
week.
Both with laughter and tears.
Yeah.
In this one, both were successful.
Yeah. So do join us live, or if you can't, we are always on your favourite podcasting platforms.
true.
RPGeeks, D&D, Dungeons and
leave
Dragons and
contractually.
Science. And of course, all our videos go up on YouTube a couple of weeks after they've aired on Twitch.
I need to do last week's, yes. Thank you for the
Yes,
reminder.
And I think also the week before.
Passive
But,
aggressive. Yeah.
Oh, do I?
yeah, and maybe
I have
even-
been a very busy boy.
yeah, you have been. It's fine. The podcast is a little bit behind as well, so it's not
We will
last
keep
week's not up yet.
be giving you updates on when we're streaming, what we're streaming, when our Christmas special is coming out, all on our social media, particularly Facty Info on Twitter at RPGeeksDND, but also on Instagram. And we've got little clips of our favourite, mostly science snippets, fun facts that you might like to know over on our TikTok as well. If there's any
true.
other social media we should be jumping on, let us know. We've not.
Mastodon,
We've also
hive,
got
carrier
t-shirts.
pigeons.
We've got stash. Where do we get the stash?
The
you-
stash is
you
already
go
out of date.
to-
We're going to need to put new characters
It's
on the
not
stash.
out there yet. Some of it doesn't have Uriel on. We've got stash, some of which does not have Uriel on, which is rpgeeks.tmill.com. That's TEEMILL.
If you just use electrical tape, you can cover Uriel on
Yeah.
the black t-shirt, and then it's canon.
Yeah,
it's up to
that's
date.
perfect. Yeah.
So I
and it
think
puts
we
a
shall-
nice gap between Infinity and Tenebris as well on the party one, which might be useful. So,
Just like my death put a gap between those two characters.
I think we shall see you. We shall leave it there. We'll see you if anyone's at Dragon Meet Saturday the 3rd of December. We'll see you then. If not, next Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Twitch.tv/RPGeeks.
RPGeeks.
You know who we are.
Dunder.
See you then. See you there. Have a lovely
Happy
rest of your
day.
day.
You did this to yourselves. You did this to yourselves.